Welcome everybody back to Robb's MetalWorks. We are here enjoying, yes, the fall festival of 99.5 Kiss with this beautiful weather here in the Alamo City. It brings me great pleasure to welcome back to the program not only one of my favorite people in rock, but just one of my favorite damn people, Mr. Mark Tremonti.
Thanks, Greg.
And his band. I have E-Rock, Garrett, and Wolfgang Van Halen here joining us this afternoon. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. Welcome to the Alamo City.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome, Wolfgang. How are you doing, man?
Really good.
Tremonti, I want to start with you, Mark, because there's so much going on with the band. First of all, this is the debut tour for the Tremonti band. I've seen some of the footage and the reviews of what's happening out on the road. Tell me a little bit about how you feel about the reception, not only to the new record, but to this amazing band that you have supporting you.
Well, it's been great. You know, yesterday was the first time we've done a festival, so that was it was weird, kind of being out there with people that didn't know the music again. But our own shows have been off the hook. People have been coming out, showing their full support, and just loving it. So we're having a blast.
I see that definitely people are coming on to the new music, and they're definitely your core fans have embraced the debut for the band. But now it seems like we really got to work hard in spreading the word out. So this radio show tonight should be really fabulous for the band.
Absolutely, it's always good to get in front of people that haven't heard it yet and haven't seen it yet, and it definitely makes a big difference.
Well, people who are close to our program, we know that we've been raving about the Tremonti band for quite some time. But I've even had friends of friends who are saying, you know what, I heard the first single on the radio. So they're playing it on the radio. It's actually breaking some ground on that front. Is that what also is happening across the country? Maybe not only from your home state, but around the country.
I think this band is really getting broken just from I think social media and people just spreading the word mostly. I think radio is coming on, but it's mostly, like I said, it's not being exposed to people through radio as heavily as all the other avenues these days.
And it's also great to see E-Rock here. I didn't know if you were going to be here today, but we go way back. I've always been a fan of your guitar playing since back with Submersed, but now I was very pleasantly surprised and excited to see you actually collaborating with Mark on something. Talk a little bit about that. Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that would happen?
Actually, man, it's been a long time coming with us. We've been jamming out for a long time, just riffing around, and we're so excited to be able to do something, to where we can go out and play some gigs together and, do an album, and just get together with these other awesome guys. And it was a no-brainer to have these guys come in, so it's been killer. And,
I've seen a lot of the video online. Am I correct in assuming that, all the solos that you do live, were those also solos that you recorded on the record as well?
No, I actually didn't do any solos on the Tremonti record. Whatever happens live just kind of happens a spur of the moment type thing. But we like to have little moments in the show where we don't just stick to the songs and play them exactly how they are on the record. We like to do different stuff and kind of mix it up a little bit, So I think having us on board and Mark being cool enough to give us the freedom to be able to noodle around, and then if you notice too, like Wolfie throws like stingers in there all day long through the set, and Garrett does more double bass. But we have a blast playing it live, and we hope we get to do it as much as possible.
Well, I know that Mark respects you a lot as a guitar player. I remember one time offline, he was telling me, he goes, God, E-Rock can just hear something and play it right away. The guy's ear is amazing, so I know that he admires you a lot.
Oh, that's cool to hear, because he's
don't tell him that, man.
He's my fave. Yeah, he's growing up, obviously, like I was listening to Creed, and I stood in line to get his autograph. That's how I met him. But just getting to play with him, it's just been a blast.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Garrett, what's it been like as well? I mean, I know that at least in these parts you were a little off the radar, but now it's great to see you back up doing something amazing.
Yeah, man, it's feels good to get back out on the road, start playing some shows, get back in the routine of things, and we're heading to Europe after this. Really looking forward to that.
Wow.
So I love playing drums, man, and it makes it even more fun playing music with these guys.
And then in a twist of fate, because I had B-Marsh in front of the camera a couple months ago, and obviously at that time people were assuming that he was going to complete the tour. But in a fabulous twist of fate now, unfortunately he could not participate, but now we have the man here, Mr. Young Man, Mr. Wolfgang Van Halen. Wolfie, what's it been like playing with Mark? I know you guys are friends.
Yeah, we've been friends for a while, so it's I'm really happy that it's come to this, to where we're actually in a band together and can play. It's just a lot of fun.
I also found out that your dad, Eddie, was at a show not too long ago. Was that earlier this week?
Kansas City?
Yeah, he came to Kansas City. He wanted to see a show since we're not going out to Cali on this road.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What did he say? What did he think about the performance?
Oh, he thought it was great. He had a really good time.
The bass was awesome.
Did he? Was that the first time he'd ever seen you play with the Tremonti band,
Yeah.
or in fact any other band?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Other than like a high school show, like a performance or something. Yeah, that was the only other thing he's seen. Yeah.
That's cool, man. I'm glad that he went out there. Mark, as we continue to talk about this band, I want to focus just again. I think a lot has been said about the Tremonti record, and of course, you know, your playing is kind of, the guitar work is always at the forefront of it because people know you as a guitarist. But now that you're singing, I also want to talk a little bit about this record lyrically, because there's a lot of songs about temperament and perseverance and maybe sometimes forgiveness and not forgiving. But talk a little bit about, if you can, about some of the songs on this record, because some of these songs really touch me deeply. I listen to them, and I think that's been one of the things that has really made you such a prolific songwriter in this era, is that people really can relate to a lot of what's happening lyrically in your life. So can you touch a little bit about that?
Yeah, and when I write lyrics, I just write about real life stuff. It's hard for me to be ultra poetic and write stuff that doesn't really mean anything to me. So it's my lyrics are very straightforward. This record, a lot of this record is about betrayal. This business is a dirty business, and I've been burned more than I've ever wanted to be burned. You know, it's a lot of bad folks in this business, and you know, when you're a kid, I think until I was 25 years old, I didn't have an enemy in the world. I was in love with every human being on earth, and then all of a sudden this success comes, and you realize there's a lot of snakes out there, and this record's kind of about those snakes, and but there's also, like you said, there's songs about forgiveness and not harboring any hatred or ill will for any human being, and that's a constant struggle when you're trying to overcome getting past people turning their back on you.
Right. Well, thanks for sharing that. You hear that quite often, but I think a lot of people, the general public, really can't relate to a lot of what happens, you know, underneath the surface. I also was privy to find out that you guys, or that there was a new song floating around from the recordings. Talk a little bit about that.
We recorded 14 tracks, 12 of them made it. So we've been playing both the B-sides live.
Wow.
The fans have been real receptive. They keep on badgering us to release them and asking us when. So I think what we'll do is maybe around Christmas time release them on something with all the footage we've taken from this tour. Mr. Chuck over there has filmed every day. We do kind of stories from the road with each character as a, you know, one day it'll be Wolfgang, one day it'll be me, all the guys in the band, and some of the crew guys. So it's kind of a behind the scenes look at us. So we'll release the record, maybe a deluxe edition of the record with those B-sides on it.
Now, I have kind of been online, people have seen the performance video that you guys shot in Chicago. To my knowledge, just the first single was released of that video, is that true?
They just now released the second performance, which is So You're Afraid. Europe goes through singles quicker than they do over here, so they've already moved to the second single. They chose So You're Afraid, and we just released the same type of video that we did, because we filmed the entire record live. So eventually we'll probably put out that whole session as well.
Nice. And speaking of video, aside from the performance stuff, would you like to do like a real video, or is that just maybe not feasible at this time?
Yeah, maybe someday. I just never really had very good luck with videos. I can't think of one video I'm really proud of, you know, that in our career that hasn't been a live video.
Right.
All the live stuff to me is that's what I'd want to see in a band. I don't want to see some characters acting out some thing that has nothing to do with the song. That's usually what bands do, and I just don't really dig that.
So tonight, we're anticipating that as we walked into the venue, we saw lots of people in line already out there waiting to get in. You guys are going to go on right before the headliner at 7 o'clock. So for the fans out there maybe who weren't able to make the show tonight or really who want to catch the band on the next go-around, what can they expect when they see the Tremonti Band live?
New awesomeness.
You guys are rocking it, man. I mean, to me, it's not only just a great song, but you guys are really up there giving the fans a great performance.
Thank you, man. We really do just love what we do. So getting up there and rocking as hard as we can is it's natural. We just love to do it, and we just hope we don't mess up.
Okay, gentlemen, as we get near to the end of this interview, let's finally talk about road work. Mark, you do so many things. I mean, how long do you want to be on the road supporting this solo record, or do you anticipate being on the road?
Well, we've already got another tour scheduled for February in Europe, and then we just got the news that we've got accepted on the Soundwave festival down in Australia, which is just giant for us. And then we'll try and find a couple weeks here and there to maybe do the West Coast, come back to the East Coast. And we're not gonna let this atrophy in any way. We're gonna keep on hitting it in gaps that we have next year with Alter Bridge.
Right. And as you even think ahead, I mean, I think people want to know out there, is this just a one-off for Mark Tremonti, or is this something that you will continue to work at and release another Tremonti record in the future?
We're definitely going to release another record. This has been so much fun for all of us, and the fans have received it so well that we're definitely really excited to make the next record bigger and better and harder and better songs.
Don't worry, I'm going to put him on the spot. So does that mean that Wolfie, because we all know that E-Rock laid down the bass tracks for the CD, but Wolf, would you like to continue to participate in the Tremonti Band as long as your work with Van Halen doesn't interfere?
Yeah, every chance that I have, I'd love to be a part of this. If they let me, I guess.
Scare them off with bugs.
And the bug jokes stop.
Well, that's great. That's great information, because people, I think, always like to think ahead, and think, wow, man, these guys are going to release new stuff in the future, so I got to stay connected with what's going on. Gentlemen, any last words before we close out? Garrett, anything we missed?
Just looking forward to tonight. It's gonna be a good time.
What about you, E-Rock?
Thanks for having us, man. We appreciate the support.
I've always been a fan of yours as well.
Appreciate that, man.
Geez, you're an amazing player, and I'm as someone who has known you for many years and have followed you for many years, I'm really glad to see that all these great things are happening for your career musically, man. Because we won't go off subject, but maybe later we can talk about Projected or something else. But
cool.
Because we know I admire your work on that CD as well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man.
All right, Mark. Any last words?
Next time you see me, I'll be wearing a Robb's MetalWorks. I'm ready.
What size you are, Mark? Large?
I'm a large.
Okay, good. Definitely, sir. I will. I did bring. Always bring you a little something. So I have a little something in my bag for you. Wolfie, any last words?
No, just thank you. Everybody's been so cool to this whole thing. Everybody's been so positive. I just want to keep doing this.
I am totally stoked to see this tonight. This will be the first time this evening that my crew and I will see the Tremonti Band live. So I can just imagine, just the energy with this group of individuals here. So it's going to be amazing. Remember, everyone out there, the debut from Mark Tremonti and the band is already out there on the streets. You can find it at your record stores or just go online anywhere to pick it up. You saw the man, Mr. Mark Tremonti, and the band only right here on Robb's MetalWorks.